My family and I have known for years that there are costs to standing up to Donald Trump, but we couldn't imagine ourselves living any other way. We will not live on our knees, and you shouldn't either. Somebody that I love dearly recently said that fear is the tool of a tyrant, and she's right. But I'm not afraid, and I hope you're not either.
Wow. Jesus, some impressions. The chutzpah of these people, it's never ending, Hunley. I mean,
I just love it. It's so self-indulgent. It's like, I am not afraid. I am a political warrior.
Oh my God, self-indulgent. This closeted gay man who apparently should hook up with Lindsey Graham if they want to really have a Republican picnic. Wow.
Yeah, you think so?
Maybe his daughter could defend him. I think she's out of work.
Oh, it's insane. Looks like we may be having a problem with locals.
Oh, what's going on there?
Don't know. It says there's a live stream going, but I'm not seeing the normal thing that I do. So, usually I see things going on in the chat. Don't see them here. So if there are people who are coming over from locals, I apologize. I don't know what's happening. I think there's a problem on locals. So sorry. I'll kind of keep an eye on it, see if I can.
Well, if it matters much, Comey, I think, turned himself in this morning into custody or whatever you want to call it.
Oh.
I assume he did because they said Thursday that he was going to turn himself in today. I didn't hear any news about it. Maybe people know, but he did lawyer up, and he has acquired a lawyer named Patrick Fitzgerald. I don't know if you remember him. He was a special prosecutor. He did prosecute a guy named Scooter Libby, if you remember that name. He is quite the aggressive prosecutor. He then switched over to join a law firm out of Chicago, if I remember correctly. But he was a U.S. attorney out of Illinois, I believe, when the Scooter Libby case was happening. He then also successfully prosecuted illegally, in my opinion, Rod Blagojevich and convicted him in Illinois. So he must be this central prosecutor from the central states as a U.S. attorney, and then a special prosecutor, as I said, in the Dick Cheney matter with Valerie Plame and Sean Penn playing her husband.
Wow. Well, so he gets around. Now he's on the other side, and
he's on the other side, right? He's got to do good. Defending his client. Now, the judge in the case, and this is even more interesting.
Very interesting.
Michael Nachmanoff, I think that's pronounced correctly, out of Virginia. This is a weak sister. This is a guy who was a bleeding heart liberal public defender. And what that means to everyone out there, knowing a public defender is usually on the side of the ACLU and that ilk, Eric, correct?
Yes, but there's more, and I'm waiting for it.
Okay, no,
I know what's coming.
He was confirmed by the United States Senate with the vote of 3 bitches from the Republican Party. The reason he is there today, just so you know, again, that none of this matters. There is a Susan Collins and a Lisa Murkowski and another bitch named Lindsey Graham. Those are the 3 contestants that confirmed this guy, who is now the judge in the case against James Comey.
But wait, there's more.
I'm sure there is.
So let me share that with you. I didn't know if you had already seen this.
No, I'm just getting the news now.
Okay, well here he is. Biden judge Michael Nachmanoff, overseeing Comey's case, was hired and worked under Comey himself.
Oh, that's
95
nice.
through 96 and in
Wow.
2002.
In what capacity? In the FBI or
Let's see.
as a
His
lawyer?
first job out of law school was working for the Eastern District. He was hired by Comey. Probably acting federal public defender.
Yeah.
Chief.
But how does that? He's not really working directly for Comey, is he, or no?
Well,
Comey
Comey
was
served as a
deputy chief.
managing assistant U.S. attorney in charge of the Richmond division. So he actually kind of worked under him.
Yeah, that's it. Well, that at least on
go.
At least on a first name basis, Eric. At least they know each other. They could cut through the small talk and go right to the heart of the matter.
Yep, absolutely. But I saw that. I was like, uh-oh. Yeah, this can't go too well. One good thing, though, is it is the Eastern District of Virginia, not D.C. Eastern District of Virginia covers my area as well as Richmond and Northern Virginia. And they do go a little bit harder than the D.C. area. Obviously, if it was D.C., it'd be like, okay, whatever. That'd be a joke. It'd probably be thrown out. There is a chance that it could.
It could be moved to D.C. though. There's a chance of that.
Maybe,
but I don't know where the lies occurred.
But then where does Comey live? And maybe that's why they're doing it here.
Well, the crime is the case is going to be dismissed anyway. This is never going past this judge, in my humble opinion. So I again, like you said last night, I think they tried to get this in because of the ticking clock of the statute of limitations, and I believe the judge will throw it out.
Yeah.
In my humble opinion, for what that's worth, I don't think this is going anywhere. But the next one is apparently John Bolton. That may go somewhere.
Right. Well, and this is two now. So we Bolton and now Comey, and more could be coming down the pike.
Mm-hmm.
There's also a question whether there could be another charge that comes later on. I forget the term for it. Not a supplemental charge, but like another charge that could tie into Comey.
Right.
I don't know, but it is still kind of amusing. That's why the thumbnail. That's why I did that on the video. I like the shells on the beach. Indictment.
Right. The charges of conspiracy.
Thank you.
The charges of conspiracy and treason would have been far more appropriate, but I don't think they have the guts to do it. Sadly,
I don't think they have enough proof. It's difficult. And I was talking to Nate about it earlier, and this is going to be a hard one to prove. While Nate believes he absolutely lied, and everybody pretty much knows he did. He used wiggle language like I do not I don't remember, and et cetera, and Nate was talking about that everybody in law enforcement like him, they were all taught to always say I don't remember, because it's so much harder to pin people down. You have to prove that they actually remembered. How can you get in their brain to prove that they remember? That's why they all say that, all the way up to famously Ronald Reagan. I do not recall.
Right. Well, in honor of Nate the lawyer, I will commemorate this day as this is a special Nate tribute. Finally, the death of Joanne Chesimard in Cuba today. This BLA bitch who was sentenced to life imprisonment for the execution of a New Jersey state trooper, whose wife had to raise her son without a father. She put 2 final slugs into his head with his own .38 while he was lying on the ground. This is 1973. I'm talking about Werner Forster was the state trooper she executed with her BLA cohorts who were pulled over by a state trooper named Harper, if I recall. And then he called for backup. And as soon as the backup arrived, the shootout began. It was just, 4 of them in a car. And I think Chesimard was sitting on the passenger side. It's been a while, but she was shot. This other guy was shot. The 2 cops were shot. And then the cop who died was wounded slightly. And then she took his gun out of his holster and put the gun up to his head, fired 2 shots. She was convicted She was sentenced to New Jersey State Prison for life plus 33 years. It didn't last too long because she didn't get the death penalty. And the BLA broke in with guns and liberated her from the prison. As per that era, she then was taken to the airport where she fled to Cuba, where she was embraced by Fidel Castro, where she lived a perfect, luxurious life the rest of her life. Her son, of course, Tupac Shakur. To a lot of people who don't know who Joanne Chesimard was, she was an avowed Marxist, revolutionary communist, and a member of the BLA, which was the Black Liberation Army, for what it was worth. But today's a holiday because the bitch finally died. A couple of attempts were made to extradite her. I believe the fat man tried to get her out, the governor of New Jersey at one point.
Chris Christie?
Christie attempted. There were some attempts, but she was always protected by high-ups in the State Department.
No, that figures.
Yeah.
Well, hey, somebody else died. This happened, I think, on Tuesday. Sara Jane Moore, the one who...
Wow.
2 days after the 50th anniversary of her attempt on Ford's life, she passed away at 95.
These people live a long life.
Yeah, they do. I think Squeaky might still be around.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
These assassins or assassin-related people tend to live long lives. They might have good health plans. Maybe there's a special assassin health plan or something.
I guess. Well, she's been out since 2007.
Yeah.
And just insane. Yeah, but that's like kind of the forgotten assassination attempts. So, like poor Ford, his have just sort of been, whitewashed through history. Nobody really is worried about it. He had two of them within a month or like 2 weeks apart even. And everybody's like, oh, did that happen? That poor guy, he definitely had nothing.
By the way, I mentioned Nate because he was in law enforcement at the time. So not the Nate.
Well, not that.
No, I mean before that, but the law enforcement in New York and New Jersey are quite familiar with his case because of the heinous nature of it.
Oh, well, yeah. It's definitely ugly.
Yeah.
All right. Well, speaking of law enforcement and heinous, but we'll go the other way. I don't know if you saw this Blaze article that has come out about the 274 plainclothes.
Yeah, what is that? How many more can you get? How many guys do they have? Well, these weren't actual feds, were they? Or they were...
the plainclothes agents is
I know.
Interesting. Now, somebody did clarify, I saw on X, and it's important to say that in the whole area, so it may not be only the capital, but, all of the D.C. area spread out a little more, but still a lot of damn agents.
Right. It's extremely difficult to find out who they were because it's extremely difficult to find out who they were.
Right. I know they didn't report for duty. They're not on payroll.
Yeah, we can't possibly ever know in this transparent culture where Kash Patel and Bongino are running this thing, who these pieces of shit were. But, now at least we know the actual number of pieces of shit.
That's true. And I don't know if you saw this little video before, but it's coming back around and going viral. Just showing an example of January 6th that day. Okay, now let's look at this gentleman here with this nice uniform. He kind of looks like an ICE agent, doesn't he? He's got the face mask on.
He looks very official.
Doesn't that look like an antenna from like a radio coming up there?
Absolutely.
Does something like that. So let's watch what happens. He's the building. He's at a window. The window's obviously damaged, and he's pulling on this glass. So what's going on?
Excellent.
Wait, on my camera. Oh, look at the earpiece, by the way. Now he's on camera. He throws this on the ground. Now watch what he does next. This is really fun. He's got a normal protester there. He's kind of like, what the hell are you doing?
Hey, I got to get in here.
And then he grabs him. Hey.
Whoa, what the hell?
And then now he's pinning it on him.
Oh, I see. Oh, my God. The guy looks stunned, the protester.
Yeah, he's like, what?
What the fuck?
Yeah, this is absolutely normal. Obviously, those protesters did all this. That wasn't a Fed who was causing any damage.
Right.
So I thought that was an interesting little clip that's going around.
Yeah.
And there's
look, they have to reveal these names. Stop protecting them. You want to talk about the Epstein files? Fuck that. released the January 6th files of who these feds were. Far more interesting to me. These were actual people who are probably still working at the FBI who were docked 75 cents off their hourly pay and allowed to stay on in some sick, twisted culture they have over there.
Yeah. Yeah. If they were even docked, I don't know.
Right. No, I'm just saying that for exaggeration. I don't even think anything happened to them. They were just following orders like the SS.
Right. Oh, and then this is kind of a follow-up or just a continuation. Remember, I played that bit with the Dearborn, Michigan mayor who told the guy, well, I'll be happy to have you gone. I'll have a parade if you leave.
Yeah.
Well, this is what the residents get to live with.
But the mosques in East Dearborn are now at times waking us up at 5:30 in the morning with the call to prayer.
This is Dearborn resident Andrea Unger at last night's city council meeting stating that mosques using outdoor loudspeakers for their call to prayer should not be allowed. And says she believes it's not supposed to be allowed per city ordinance.
Yep.
Right.
The noise complaints have been made out and the police have made numerous visits.
Yeah.
What is the next step?
There was some question whether or not any
I've got to say too,
shoot them off of there for the love of God, just shoot the things off.
Yeah, I agree. I mean,
either climb up there and dismantle them or shoot them off with your own guns. The people, the most passive people I've ever seen in my life. They think that they're going to get retribution from a Muslim city council in Dearborn that's taking breaks in the middle to pray to Mecca. Have some common sense, people.
Yeah, no, I agree. But I was going to say that, and it's not even the Islam. We have a friend of the family who just bought a new house, and it turns out that there's a church like right next to them, and they like to play choir songs like 4 times a day.
You gotta go over there. They rang the bell across the street from me one Christmas 800 times. And everybody's going like, what the fuck is going on over here? So we went over to the church and said, don't ring that bell 800 times. They said, we're sorry. And that was the end of it. But I mean, going to the city council meeting where they're all obeying Sharia law and complaining about a Muslim call to prayer, good luck with that complaint.
I agree. I like a Chaybird here. A suggestion of a sledge-o-matic.
Very good. I like the sledge-o-matic. Ask for it by name.
Yep. Or you could always do that like they used to do in Iraq or whatever. If they wanted to harass different people, you can always play like Ozzy Osbourne on loudspeakers pointed back.
I mean, there's people out here to get rid of the homeless. They've been blasting Whitesnake and, Great White out their stores to drive the homeless insane. And it's been very effective. These are the ones that have like rundown Winnebagos parked along the street in front of stores and stuff and other businesses. They've been blasting music at them for a long time, and now they want to sue the businesses for blasting Whitesnake.
Well, at least it's
I'm picking on Whitesnake. I mean,
there's another band though that always gets it in the nuts. I forget the band. Somebody in the chat will do it. I actually feel sorry for it. Oh, the Macarena would be a good one.
Yeah.
Play that over and over and over and over.
Yeah, I'm not picking on Whitesnake, but they represent just a generic hard metal band,
Nickelback.
Yeah, that's much more contemporary. Nickelback.
Right, but Nickelback famously, it was like kind of, for whatever reason, it's not a bad band.
No, I know,
but they just been just slaughtered by being like the lamest band out there, which it would.
That's not really true. That's not really true. But
no.
Yeah, but you're right about the name recognition. Yeah, I don't know what it is about.
Yeah, it's like everybody. I don't know. They just seize on something that becomes a deal. But all right. Well, here's a follow up on England. Of course, I'm interested in England because I'm going to be going over there, but now I'm like, come on, let me get over there so I can get out of there because I'm almost afraid to go over there.
Watch your social media when you're over there. I mean, who knows what the policy is for foreigners? You may end up in the Tower of London with Assange's old room, which is
I plan to
empty.
visit the Tower of London, but
they may show it to you.
Yeah, I don't want to stay, but you could commit the ultimate sin here. Like this guy.
Your quite openly Jewish. This is a pro-Palestinian march.
I could tell.
I'm not accusing you of anything, but I'm worried about the reactions. You can escort out of this area so you can go about your business, go where you like freely, or if you choose to remain here because you are causing a breach of peace,
How are you causing a breach of peace by existing? That says everything.
You can exist anywhere you want, but not here.
Right, just because you live, because you breathe, that's
right.
a breach.
You live here. It's a breach of the peace, Jew. It's just right out of Nazi Germany, like when they started to make the Nuremberg laws. Literally every month there was a new law saying Jews couldn't stay out after 8 o'clock because it was a breach of the peace. Jews couldn't go into the public parks. It was a breach of the peace. Every single law that they came up with, they couldn't be eventually doctors. They couldn't be lawyers. Everything was a breach of the peace. Which is exactly the same as what the British are doing.
Well, sure. Or if people don't want to get into that, just think about it here. Imagine if that was somebody black and they were there. Hey, you're being black in this neighborhood. There's a
Klan rally, and you've come down to this Klan rally, Nate.
Yep.
And you are causing the Klan to really get aggravated.
Exactly.
It's clearly you're black, and clearly, Nate, you're causing a breach of the peace. So you're going to have to leave the Klan rally.
Perfect example.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think that's too far out.
Perfect example. Now, it isn't only Michigan that has problems. I don't know if you saw in Ohio.
What's going on there?
I'm sorry, Ohio. Sorry, Iowa. I apologize, Ohio. Iowa, the superintendent of Des Moines, that's a largest city there, of public schools, is an undocumented immigrant, also known as illegal immigrant, who went on the run today. They had proceedings in 2024. He was order removed from the United States. Now, check this out. He's order removed.
Right.
He is in charge of all their public schools. So he's doing his job with the removal. He went on the run today from them, loaded with a gun. There was like a car chase, I guess. He parked his car, ran out, and they had $3,000 on him and a gun, everything else. And this guy.
Where is he from? Nairobi or something? Or
no, Guyana, kind of like the New York mayor, right?
Yeah.
Wait, is that the same place?
No, Uganda is where he's from.
Oh, Uganda. Sorry.
Guyana, I think, is in the tip of South America, British Guyana.
Okay.
Yeah, French Guyana.
Well,
as mentioned by Lee Harvey Oswald in an interview with WDSU, there are examples of many socialist countries like Guyana.
But anyway, so there you go.
Wait, so dude, here's my new show, America's Most Wanted Illegal Aliens, with the same host, and every week we look for guys like this.
Yeah,
and we get phone tips. It makes its own sauce.
No,
it makes its own sauce. This is a no-brainer show.
Yeah,
you go through the public files, you find out who it wanted. You find out a little background like Bill Malugin did, who used to be on local Fox with Alex Michelson, by the way. And you put together an episode on three a week.
No, I think that's a great idea.
America's Most Wanted Illegal Aliens.
Right. Oh, and here he is. If you wanted to see in action.
Wow.
Thank you, Madam President. I stand here this evening before you with immense gratification and certainly a sense of pride and humility. I am incredibly grateful for the vote of confidence that the board has shown.
Oh my God. Jesus
Christ. It looks like it's all women.
Yeah, it's a whole board of women who love this.
Imagine that.
Imagine that shot. Probably banged every one of them. Look, I hope they get this guy. I hope he's not killed in the process. I hope he's.
He's already locked up. I mean,
okay, all right, yeah.
He's getting deported.
Right.
So bye-bye now.
What happens to his pension though? Does he collect that in Guyana?
I don't even know anymore.
No.
God only knows on that.
Well, they'll probably go to war to keep him here, these people, because they're so humiliated by this storyline. They're going to have to fight to the death to keep him.
Oh, yeah. Hey, you had Maryland man. Now you got Des Moines freak or whatever. Yeah. Absolutely. All right. Now, this is I think this is fun. I always like sharing this guy because he does great impersonation. But have you heard of the latest trend of pregnant women who want to really show Donald Trump and Bobby Kennedy that, oh, you can't tell us not to take Tylenol. We're going to just keep taking Tylenol. And they're putting out
Sadly, I
videos
have.
showing themselves taking Tylenol. It's like,
Eric, it's so crazy.
it is completely bonkers. And I like what Sean Farish is doing with that.
My fellow Americans, in light of recent studies, I wanted to warn against the use of toasters in your bathtub or your shower. It's an incredibly dangerous thing to do. You can get electrocuted. They call it electrocuted. I call it zapped like you've never seen before. A shocking experience. You don't want to get zapped. That much I can tell you, especially if you're on the left. You people are fried enough as it is. We don't need it to get any worse. And electricity is no joke. I got along very well with, you may have heard of him, Benjamin Franklin. I called him Brilliant Ben. And he was flying a kite. And the lightning hit it. And he was getting electrocuted. He was getting zapped. And I grounded him. And if I wasn't there, it would have been a much different situation. But I grounded him, and we discovered electricity together. Brilliant Ben.
Brilliant.
Tremendous guy. Got along very well with him. Along the same lines, we want to advise against licking your wall outlets, despite what Jiggly Belly Pritzker says. Your wall outlet is not a candy bar. Do not try to lick it. It doesn't taste very good, and you may pick up a shock, which we don't want you to do. We don't want you to get hurt. I know those on the left love and enjoy very much licking their windows. We ask that we don't apply the exact same thing to the wall outlets. It could get you very hurt. We want to keep America safe. We want to make America great. Thank you for your attention to this matter.
You know, it'd be great if Trump did a couple of these on purpose, and then the TikTok video. I mean, not as extreme as this, but he does something similar to this, and he tells people privately that we're going to do this, so there's a record of it. Then when they make the TikTok videos, then he can highlight them as to their insanity.
Yes.
I mean, it could be something as simple as the Tylenol thing, which, of course, in 2017, Tylenol was on the record saying that pregnant women should not take Tylenol.
Exactly.
But then
which
they
now backed off on it. And they're like, no, it's really safe now. It's like, I wonder why.
Let me tell you something. Has any brand name been more damaged in American medical history than Tylenol?
You know what? I don't know, because I've never seen a better marketing department in my life. This company, if you think about it, even with the Tylenol poisonings, they turn that around. They're held up like a beacon, like the best crisis response of any company in history. By pulling all the products off the shelf. And then, do you enjoy all the child-proof containers that have 50 seals and a seal inside of a seal and the plastic over the top?
Thank you, Tylenol. Thank you.
That's all Tylenol. It's all from that. And they have managed through their career to have a halo, like, like they're the good medicine. And I don't know how the hell they've been able to pull it off.
Probably with bribes and corruption and lobbying efforts on the part of their marketing group. It's not rocket science.
They've been doing it for decades, so it's like somebody's got to step up.
It's a very popular brand for a reason. Their arch nemesis must be ibuprofen. They probably go to bed at night going, "Fuck ibuprofen, that evil painkiller." Our arch nemesis. Damn
Motrin.
you, damn you, Motrin. Damn you, Motrin.
I guess. And poor Bayer's like, I quit, man.
Yeah.
I quit.
Bayer's like an old German Kaiser, just sitting there on his chair with his long whiskers. I made the best aspirin ever. Ask Adolf. He used to take it.
Well, you got to give him credit. Bayer found a port in the storm. They said, we'll just give a low dose that people can take for their heart.
That was, And
that was their last great achievement.
That was after marketing heroin for a number of years, also pharmaceutically, but at least they tried, Eric.
Well, and the Sacklers did the Oxycontin, I believe. Later.
It starts with Bayer. I mean, the whole, drug use starts with Bayer, really.
Sorry, no, we don't have any acknowledgement of Advil, Jack White.
Jack
Advil
White.
is secondary. Motrin rules the ibuprofen front. I think.
Motrin rules.
Don't know.
Fuck Advil.
Oh my goodness.
Now, what's going to happen with Google, Eric? Are they going to take the foot off the gas pedal, or?
Okay, yeah, that whole thing that went around. There's some confusion about it. A lot of people are reaching out because Alex Jones, Nick Fuentes immediately, started up a YouTube channel and they got nuked within 24 hours.
Wow. Okay.
Now, and I've had kind of a dispute on the side about it. It's sort of a bullshit YouTube policy. What happened was their channels were removed, just like mine was removed in 2021. I got it back. It was a mistake, whatever. But theirs were removed. And now that, YouTube's supposed to be restoring channels that were deleted, Alex Jones and Nick Fuentes apparently created a new channel saying, okay, well, we're back. We can go on YouTube now. Well, if you create a new channel after your channel has been deleted, that's considered a, quote, ban evasion. And you're breaking the community guidelines. So
that's bullshit.
I'm just telling you where it is all going.
Oh, my God.
So they technically would have to wait for the original channel to be restored by YouTube, blah, blah, blah.
Well, maybe they'll do that. Maybe they'll do that.
Well, maybe they'll say, sorry, you did the ban evasion, so we're going to keep you gone because...
it's a statute of limitations. They have 5 years of banning before they can reapply.
Well, they've been banned for God knows. I think Alex Jones has been banned since 2017.
Oh, my. I mean, what are the reasons they could possibly give other than political reasons for Alex Jones?
Well, I'm sure they've done the whole thing.
It's not language. I mean, it's not CP. It's not,
it's Sandy Hook.
Right. So sure. Let him say that. Let him say it's Sandy Hook then. Come out in public.
Yeah,
at least you could fight back.
Yeah, but as you know, see how well our fighting back is working.
I know, but that was the old Google. Now with the new Google, the new improved capitalist Google, that was under Marx's Google. But since the takedown of Marx's Google and the rise of capitalist Google, there may be some hope.
You know what? I'm going to argue that Google has the unique ability to thread the needle and be both capitalist and Marxist at the same damn time. It's quite a skill, but yes.
Let me ask something. I know this is just a fantasy joke, but imagine if you took Che Guevara and put him in charge of the Ford Motor Company. They would still be making cars, and Che Guevara would be the CEO of the Ford Motor Company. That's kind of what you have at Google.
Yeah.
You might have all these weird policies of the workers at Ford, and it may, create problems economically for Ford. But you could have Che Guevara as the head of Ford.
Yeah, I guess so. Well, I mean, especially if Ford was to be, let's say, the only car manufacturer in the world, that would be even easier. And Google does have the market share and is a monopoly. So you've got some room.
The analogy is not that far fetched.
No, and by the way, it brings us back to Dearborn, who brought that whole Muslim infiltration into there.
Henry Ford.
Yeah,
that's how they got to Dearborn, my friends. A Jew-hating automotive mechanical genius named Henry Ford decided to bring half of the Middle East to work in his factories in Dearborn.
Yeah,
that's how they got here.
Absolutely. As a matter of fact, while we're on that. We've got Avi doing some episode prep as Tucker Carlson. Let me see.
Cool.
Let's see if you think about this one.
Okay, people, back to focusing on Christians and the persecution of Christians around the world. We certainly do. I certainly do. What do we have?
Okay, if we're looking at Christians, let me take a look at some of the data here.
And so we're live in like an hour?
Yes.
Okay, so we need something like now, like right now.
Okay, highest rates of Christian persecution. We have Somalia, North Korea, Yemen, Libya.
No.
There's been violent attacks on Christians in India, Nigeria, Burma, China, Pakistan.
No, that's not it.
Horrible violence and massacres in Sudan, Afghanistan, Lebanon.
No,
Egypt.
No, that's It's not what we're going for.
Okay. Well, there's definitely a lot of Christians in Syria that are in danger as the militias are slaughtering Druze.
Jews?
No, Druze.
Oh, no.
There was a recent incident in Qatar.
No.
No.
Not that at all. No.
Well, someone tried to convert to Christianity and okay.
Anything in Tel Aviv? Jerusalem?
Let's see. There was a traffic incident.
Really?
An Armenian priest got rear-ended driving in the old city.
That sounds horrible.
I mean, it was a fender bender. I think they settled it.
We got to do it.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, road rage is appalling. I mean, it's not very Christian to scream on the street. It's disgusting.
Okay, but did you hear about all the horrible conditions?
Yeah, I know, but let's stay focused, okay? Israel, what's happening there?
A priest had a dispute with a bank teller.
That's it. Banking, of course.
Okay.
All right, we ready to roll? And in terms of our religious Christian leaders in the Holy Land who can testify, did we?
I mean, there was only like one guy.
We found the one. Okay, great.
Cameras ready?
Let's do it.
This guy's a genius. This
the
guy.
people who are asking about the laugh, he's actually toned the laugh back and gotten even more accurate on it.
Yeah, he is really good. Really good. Wow.
Anyway, I thought you might enjoy that one.
I did enjoy that one. I did enjoy that. Mocking is family crest of my family. Mocking.
Definitely mocking.
Love
now,
mocking. Mocking is good.
Now we're going to go down to Florida, and we have
what's going on down there?
Well, we got somebody who is putting the "duh" in Florida, and this is the state attorney, and apparently she decided not to prosecute somebody who decided to display himself to children. And I know you want to hear, because this is a great legal mind funded by George Soros. Why would she not prosecute somebody for exposing himself, doing bad things around children? Let's see what this stellar legal mind has to say.
All things that are wrong are not illegal. And I'm not standing before you today telling you that what happened in that park was wrong. But I am standing before you today telling you that I trust the word of the attorney who was assigned to this case when he said, although those actions were wrong, he could not prove beyond a reasonable doubt that they were illegal.
What?
Okay, so here, let's look at the actions here.
Yeah, what are the actions that you can't prove that they were illegal? They seem to be quite illegal.
There were multiple families with children playing in the splash pad. At least one father noticed, and pictures and videos show a man sitting on a nearby park bench with his right hand in his pants, looking in the direction of the children. The father stated that his 2-year-old saw the man on the park bench who did things for approximately 5 minutes.
Up and down thing? Probably up and down, yeah.
Yeah, he removed his right hand from his pants and stood up. The park manager stated that when the man stood up, his shorts dropped, exposing himself.
Well, that can't be illegal. It's an accident.
Obviously.
Kevin Chapman seems like a generic name of every guy who ever does these things is always named Kevin Chapman.
Well, yes. And it blows my mind because, okay, you have this sick mofo obviously getting free, not being prosecuted. And you have other people who have been prosecuted for pissing outside of a window when they're drunk and they're on a sexual offender list. And they're obviously not doing anything just because somebody saw them pee, and it has nothing to do with anything. So it's like, what kind of crazy ass world? I bet she would prosecute somebody like that. Somebody who maybe.
What is the thing with not protecting children in these criminal cases? It seems to be a thing. The judges, the DAs. What is it about this one area that they refuse to even honor the spirit or in this case, the letter of the law?
That's a great question.
I just can't. I've had this question for like 3 years now, and it's just, I can't get my mind around it from a leftist perspective as to what the reason is for not protecting children.
You're right. And I know there's a reason.
There has to be a Marxist reason. I just don't know enough Marxism to find an answer to this particular bizarre question.
I think it's a great question. I really don't know what it is. And any, please comment below. If
I don't know. Comment below if you have an answer to it, because
it's thick.
This has kept me awake at night many nights, but a lot of things keep me awake, but this is one of them.
Well, speaking of Marxism and children, we've got a perfect segue here for this brain trust.
Oh my!
You know, one of my favorite things to see, and it would always happen spontaneously at our rallies, and thousands of people would come.
Yeah.
And it would happen is invariably somebody would want me to take a picture or to hug their child.
Mm-hmm.
And someone in the back would hand that baby over through the crowd to people who would
bless the baby,
pass the baby,
see,
and then pass the baby back.
Pass the baby back.
Yeah,
and I don't know. There was something about that when it would happen.
I don't know what it means, but there was.
I mean, I could get very emotional about it right now, but
I'm gonna cry.
You know, I believe that we.
What the fuck is she talking about, this dingbat? Pass the baby to me and take a picture of the baby. This chick doesn't have bigger fish to fry than passing a baby in a crowd.
Well, she's got all right, fried brain.
Yeah, people are playing, and we should do this one day. They're playing her audiobook at a slower speed, and it sounds incredibly like she's drunk out of her mind. Like one notch down from 1.0, Eric. They're playing it like a little bit slower, and it sounds.
Dude, I actually have that pulled.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, that's funny.
Because I just thought it was hilarious. I gotta find the damn thing.
Okay, yeah, I thought it was hilarious. By the way, if you want to see, the film of the week is Brian De Palma's Snake Eyes, with a crazy Nick Cage in it. I just want you to remember. I think Gary Sinise is in it for some reason, or somebody like that. Where the victim of this assassination is a political figure named Charles Kirkland. Charlie Kirkland. People are buzzing about this in the conspiratorial underground where I live, about this Charlie Kirkland, Brian De Palma killing.
Because Charlie Kirkland's birthday in the movie is also September 10th.
Yeah.
So it's a weird, definitely.
I'm going to look at Snake Eyes tonight. I haven't seen it since it came out, but I'm going to take a look at it tonight.
Wow. Okay. For some reason I'm not finding that, but you wanted another movie recommended too. So tell us about that.
I did. Well, I watched.
Yeah, it's as a sports movie, is like Bobby or something. I forget.
Sports.
You sent me a poster of it, or you tweeted it out earlier.
Oh, no. That was on Movies. The Brian's Song, which is an old movie.
Brian's Song, thank you.
With Gail Sayers and Brian, who got cancer, was a co-running back for Bears fans. I thought it's on Movies this weekend, by the way. That's why I put it out there on Twitter.
Okay, cool.
It's an interesting movie.
Okay, here it is. Found it. Sorry. And this is classic, and I love that they said exactly what they're doing, so nobody can accuse them of doing whatever. But here we go.
I've been going through the Kamala Harris audiobook since last night, and as torturous as that is, my evil brain decided maybe if we slow it down 30%. She sounds drunk. You want me to give you a little sample?
Oh, please do, sir.
In the summer of 2021, during her final trip to Washington as German Chancellor, I hosted Angela Merkel for breakfast at the Vice President's residence.
I think they were serving mimosas.
I am a stickler for being on time. I feel it's a mark of respect. Everyone's time is valuable, but sometimes schedules go sideways and I fall short.
You are an evil genius, Michael.
Dude, that is so great.
It's amazing. It's amazing.
Hold on. Kamala Harris is called in. Let's punch her up. She's on line one. Kamala, your thoughts on Michael Pelka with too much time on his hands?
How dare they
Yeah.
Well, Coca's got to do Kamala and Mikie Sherrill.
All right, no, that was
Well, I mean,
we've seen her do it in real life, though. That's the creepy part.
She's thrown everybody under the bus now. There's no. She's obviously burned every bridge she has with this book, and I think she had to get the book deal because the publishers were going like, "Okay, you got to give us something, bitch, for this book. What do you got?" Well, I like everyone. I don't know. No, that ain't gonna cut it. You got to throw people under the bus to get a book deal, and she won't be back.
No, I don't think she will be.
But she could have some fake out runs where she fakes running, so she can gather money and stuff like that and endorsement power. There may be some fake runs from her.
Who knows? Who knows?
Yeah.
I'm lost. I don't know if you saw this. This is insane. Actually, I can't show it necessarily. Anyway, in Texas, there is a youth baseball game, or there's a baseball game, right?
Yeah.
And the coach was holding a prayer.
Yeah.
And he got shot.
Yeah.
From people who were target practicing nearby.
Yeah. Could happen.
Yeah, it's normal. Totally.
Are these the guys target practicing on the right?
Those are the three individuals who were, doing target.
Very few of them play baseball. I'll tell you that right now. As a fan of the game, I don't know any of them offhand that play baseball.
Yeah, I don't know.
Texas is a big baseball community, by the way, because of various reasons. So they may not like baseball.
They might not.
Right.
W likes baseball.
W is a huge baseball fan.
And part of the reason I was big in Texas, I'm guessing.
HW played the game, actually, at Yale. He played it the right way. He was a big star at Yale, his father.
While we're talking about Texas and then shooting and all of that, apparently, you remember this guy?
Yeah, Hassan something or other, the shooter at Fort Hood or something. Or
Yes, Nidal
Hassan. Yeah, I remember
the
this
major
piece of shit.
who sat there shooting up Fort Hood. Well,
Yeah.
he's due for execution.
Oh, thank God. That didn't take too long.
Yeah, it's only been since 2009. I mean, it's been so long. I was like, oh yeah,
I
that
forgot
guy.
about him. Yeah.
I mean, which is sick.
2009. So he's got 15, 16 years of a free pass while he appealed the inevitable.
Yeah, so it's going to be on Trump.
Oh, that's great. That's great. This is going to be on pay-per-view.
I don't know if it's going to be on pay-per-view or not, but we'll
Military
see.
pay-per. How about military pay-per-view, where only the military gets to see it?
I personally feel like all executions should be available to watch
somewhere.
Yeah, I mean, because
No,
if you vote for it,
I'm not
you should have
making
to
a
be
mockery,
able to
but pay-per-view might be the way you can control who sees it. The money
True.
could go to the victims. I mean, there's a lot of upside. I'm not joking about the pay-per-view. People look at it as a prize fight, but I'm talking about as controlling, of the image getting out there. You can control who gets it by having them pay for it, and the money could go to various causes.
Oh, I'm not thinking of it as a prize fight because I think it's gruesome.
No. I'm not saying again. I'm just saying
yeah.
the prize fight has had pay-per-view. That's the only reason I mentioned a prize fight. No. I'm just saying it's a way to control the distribution of the images.
Yeah, no, I agree. Anyway, apparently, Hegseth has signed off on it. Whatever, it's getting pushed up to Trump to do the final approval.
Where does he go to Kansas, Eric?
Yeah, Leavenworth. Yeah.
Leavenworth. Yeah.
Anyway, it will be the first military execution since 1961.
Wow, how sick is that?
Well, I mean, if anybody wants to ask for it, I mean, what else do you need? And he's a psychiatrist. That's the really insane part. Is the guy was a shrink, shooting people.
Yeah.
And I believe he's a psychiatrist.
They don't care what they are.
Yes, psychiatrist, not a psychologist.
This thing trumps everything. You could be, a minister. You could be a psychiatrist, a phony medical doctor. They don't care.
Well, he is a medical doctor, a real.
No, I'm saying they'll strap the bomb on their kid, and send them in there to do damage and say, my kid's a martyr. I'm so proud of him.
Yeah, no,
it's a sick culture, bro. It's a totally sick, demented culture. The sooner we talk about it that way, the sooner we can defeat them.
I agree completely. I completely agree. Now,
by the way, I am predicting another 9/11 type event. I predict it'll be a federal building in Minnesota.
Well, there's some harbingers of that right now. There were 3 disruptions on different power grids. And the worry is, and I don't have that pulled up, I apologize. The worry is that they're planning a multi-city simultaneous strike.
Something's big. I'm just picking Minnesota in a federal building, but it's gonna be federal, and it's gonna be in the hinterland.
Could be. I've been really creeped out by my coverage. Looking into OKC bombing, and I did not realize that Terry Nichols was in the Philippines in 2003 in the same town as Randy Youssef and Khalid Sheikh Mohammed.
Let me tell you something. The Philippines has been a deep state cesspool for us going back to the Kennedy assassination.
Spanish-American War.
No, but I'm saying just deep state stuff. I mean, that's where Thane Eugene Caesar fled. That's where the Las Vegas shooter fled. I mean, the Philippines, Philippines and Hawaii, 2 of the deep state headquarters in American politics.
Yeah, it's a.
By the way, I adjusted my Uber preferences today to request only Jewish Dodger fan drivers for me. It's a new thing. You can request preferences on Uber for specific drivers that you feel comfortable with. Out here in LA and New York only, women can now request women drivers only for themselves. So I have extended my preferences to request only Jewish drivers. So these Muslim drivers don't yell at me. And specifically as a subsection where you pick your fan favorite team. So I selected the Dodgers. So now my Uber preferences for drivers reflect my safety and well-being.
And
commercials are running.
And you're still waiting for your ride to come get you.
They don't come as quick, but when they come, boy, is it great.
Do they give you like different rates for that? Like it's because it's a preference.
Well,
pay a higher rate?
the one I pay in shekels, which is great because the difference in the dollar and the shekel is really beneficial to me. That being said, they're running commercials here 24/7 just about the safety of Uber drivers and how they check them every 6 months for and then they all of a sudden started to run additional commercials that women can now select women drivers for their preference. Can I select a man driver for my preference? Absolutely not. Can I select a Jewish driver? Apparently not. So far, there's only one preference. I believe the preferences will increase. That's Mark, part of the joke.
You're fine. I mean, all you have to say is that you're trans and pick a woman.
I believe that these preferences will broaden out into other areas. This women one I'm mentioning is in New York and LA, and it's the first time Uber has done this. I do not believe they will stop there.
All right. Well, like I said, I can see a lot of people saying I'm trans and they're just going and picking women.
I could see black passengers requesting black drivers.
Well, we'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
Because you're getting into some lawsuit territory very, very quickly. So it'll be interesting. Let me see. We got a bunch of super chats really early, so that's cool. PD is saying, wondering if Comey saw driftwood in the pattern of jail bars washed up on the beach.
That's funny.
No kidding. Anthony Madison, Australia, Trump's fault.
You know, this is the first FBI director ever indicted, so there's something to be said for that.
Yeah, it's an honor. Quite the honor.
It's a complete honor. He's going into the Hall of Shame, right behind the J. Edgar Hoover building, which still bears the name of J. Edgar Hoover, fascinatingly enough.
Yeah, well, which is funny. They're just abandoning it and moving elsewhere.
Yeah, instead of just changing the name and saying, hey, this ain't a bad building, let's fix it up. Let's just get out of here and get a new building.
Have you seen it? It's pretty brutalist. It could be torn down.
Yeah, no, it's absolutely brutalist. Yeah.
That's horrible.
Yeah.
Joey Kane with 5 America's Untold Stories membership he gave away. Thank you very much, Joey. And that's kind of, is that your baby pick, Joey Kane?
Or is that probably is. It looks like an older one.
Or like a Little Rascals or something. I don't know.
No, that looks like a regular person.
Helena Olsznek or Olenek. I think it is Olenek. Thank you very much.
What is CA? What is that? California, $10?
Canada.
CA is Canada?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't have state currency. It's
yet. Well, Newsom is developing his own currency now. They've signed a foreign policy agreement just the other day with Brazil, I believe, something to do with
Zelle, Z-E-L-L-E, the payment process.
No. They've signed some economic deal with Brazil about some import-export stuff. No, I mean, he's got his own foreign policy now.
Oh, okay. We'll see how that goes. All right, Al Bowman.
The electric car was killed. Electric truck mandate was killed today by Trump. So he's having a dark time today. Newsom trying to come up with a counter spin offer. The electric mandated truck deal was a big deal. Think about changing out all the trucks in an entire state and also prohibiting trucks, diesel trucks, from coming in from out of state. This thing was a gigantic debacle ready to unfold.
Oh no, it's
insane, totally
beyond
insane,
idiotic. I mean, you're. I'm just thinking about how badly the people will suffer because the trucking companies will just not go. I mean, they can't afford to change out their whole infrastructure. So if you're like, okay, we're not delivering to California, and so everybody in California is going to be like, well, why are the store shelves empty? I don't know. Why are they empty?
Don't blame Trump.
Of course I blame Trump. Yeah. There. Of course. Let me see. Al Bowman. Another great show, guys. Let's hope Comey is the first of many. I'd hate to think he's the only one. I don't like the judge that got the case. And Comey's not the only one because
Bolton's waiting in the wings.
And he's already, had the fun time. Dick Dickerson said, when's the Patton episode coming, Mr. Min?
You don't really want to hear the most anti-Semitic general in the history of the United States Army, do you, Dick?
Yeah, he does.
Because that's what you're going to get. So, I mean, the stuff that he said about the Jews is so despicable that I can't even repeat it on YouTube.
That's true. We already have.
We've already talked about this.
Oh, look at that. Helena gifted 10 memberships. Thank you.
She's in a liberal mood today in Canada.
No, she's a rock star. Thank you so much.
There's a school. Jack White is back.
Yeah, he was
from the White Stripes.
He was on earlier. He made a comment earlier, and now he's got this. Hundley should make an appearance on the Lotus Eaters while he's in woke North Korea.
Are you going to North Korea?
No, I'm going to England. But Lotus Eaters is Carl Benjamin's outfit, and it's in Swindon. I think Swindon, England.
Who is Carl Benjamin? One of the
Sargon of Akkad is another name for him.
Okay,
but he's he came out of Gamergate, but he's pretty popular. He ran for office in England. He's conservative now. Friends with Tim.
How come they don't sue anybody over there for these civil rights violations? I mean, there seems to be no activity other than a march once a year. I mean, don't they have civil liberties at all?
No, like us.
You can't sue the government.
There's no Bill of Rights, as far as I know. And
you can't sue the police
for what? They kind of have unlimited power.
I mean, the one I saw today, they broke into a woman's house at midnight and arrested her for social media. Social media posts. They seem to have no recourse.
They don't. I don't. Yeah.
We need a British Nathan lawyer to explain this to us. Some guy who is a regular lawyer over there to explain what you can and cannot do.
A cold cucumber, same in Canada.
What, you can't do it?
No, they don't have the same rights.
Right, but I'm saying, what rights do you have? That's my question. I know it's not the same rights, but I'm saying, what rights do you have?
Very few.
I find it hard to believe. They had a thing called a Magna Carta. They were big in the rights business years ago.
Right. Well, and the Magna Carta
was
Magna Carta. That was a nudge, but it's nowhere near. It's not a Bill of Rights or a Constitution.
No, but it's not like they're Nigeria. I mean, this is the origin of law. Of modern day. Okay, maybe I'm barking up the wrong tree.
I'm sorry.
We need a British Nathan lawyer if one is out there.
Well, there is the Bannister, black belt Bannister. I know that guy, but
okay.
Anyway, yeah, it's very, very different. Let me see. Sparkmeister, I just got back from London and you have no rights. Don't plan on ever returning. And I used to go early. And I used to go yearly. Like I said, I'm going while like the last vestiges are there, I think, and then probably not again. Pasha, perfect song to play on loudspeaker. Baby Shark.
Oh, yeah. I love Baby Shark. Wow.
That one is. I don't remember.
Baby Shark. Dun, 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 Baby Shark. Dun, dun, dun. It was big for a Nationals, Washington Nationals baseball player was his wife.
Okay. Gee, I wonder why Eric doesn't know.
Well, DC. I mean, it was a big year for them.
Okay, but like I never watched the game whether it was here.
No. But it was a big song for kids before that. It was just his kids liked it. This particular player, and they wrote this. The whole stadium would sing it.
All right, and Jack White is back saying, and if you don't know what the Lotus Eaters is, it's a website created by Sargon when he got demonetized on YouTube.
Is he coming back? Does he get his show back?
Yeah, he's been back now.
Okay.
He has a COD Daily. Ed McMahon's nephew's here, Steven.
That's a spirit, Hunley. Why are you catching on with it? That's good.
It's only taken me 2 years, but I get there. I'm moving along.
You got it, Eric. Go ahead.
Nostradamus' quatrains dealt largely with end times, and I could never understand why it was about fights with Muslims all over Europe.
That's funny. You see, McMahon knows his stuff. Very good, Ed. Grandson of Ed.
Nephew
of Ed. Absolutely true. I mean, Nostradamus was no fool. He saw this day coming.
Wow. Knucklefist has given us more on our superintendent of the Iowa schools here. From ICE, Roberts has existing weapons possession charges for 2020. Wow. Roberts entered in 1999 on a student visa. Final order May of 2024. Got the job anyway by unanimous appointment of.
Yeah, it was a fuck you. It was a fuck you to the federal government's policy on immigration. They should be indicted for aiding and abetting a felon. How about indicting those pieces of shit? Let them lawyer up. Let them fight it. Aided and abetted a wanted criminal knowing full well what he had done. That's aiding and abetting. We got, just ask Nate the lawyer.
Yeah, it's sick.
Yeah. Am I wrong, Eric? I mean, isn't...
I guess it's so rampant. There's not enough time to get to everybody.
Well, take one for Christ's sakes. This is take one and make an example out of one, so the others can flee in fear.
Yeah. I don't know. It's freaking crazy. Thomas Smith. Trump needs to tell liberals not to drink.
Likely name. Go ahead.
Okay. Trump needs to tell liberals not to drink radiator coolant.
That's funny.
I was thinking that actually.
That's a good one.
Or Drano, or
he made a couple of these just for fun for Truth Social. What I mean? Just deadpan, straight on. This is your president with an urgent message for my followers, and says radiator coolant. Do not drink radiator coolant.
And that's what I love about
it. Dude, you could even make your own mock TikTok video of the people drinking the radiator coolant.
Well, that's what I love so much about that spot is because he's absolutely saying, don't do it. So you can't say that, it's like, well, wait a minute, you're using reverse psychology trying to harm people. I'm sure people would try to claim that. They'll be like, oh, he knows that some people are going to do that, so he should be indicted because they're that stupid. And that makes
what about the protection of the fetus? Are these mothers?
That is my big issue, is that they could be harming
right. I mean, is there any law that protects these fetuses? I mean, what if she drank radiator coolant, on camera on TikTok just because of that?
Well, I mean, I'm sure
we're gonna have to wait 9 months until the child comes out with fetal syndrome.
I don't know, and it depends on the situation. I imagine that it's kind of like a crack baby or something. That's like, if you can prove the harm or whatever, but it's tough to.
What if the mother was smoking crack, pregnant, 7 or 8 months pregnant on a TikTok video? I think that's evidence right there. You're basically sealing your own legal fate.
Yeah. Yeah. No.
This
I
is
think so.
definitely prosecutable. This is definitely prosecutable in a red state like Texas or Florida. Give me a break.
Now, I want to point out that there
Telephone
are
call for Nate the lawyer. Telephone, Nate.
Nate, get over here.
Telephone.
I do want to point out that there are some rumors going around that, one person is in a coma because of it, blah, 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 blah,
Wow,
and that the emergency rooms are being filled up. There's no proof. There's no proof at all of that.
I didn't think so.
I think this is anecdotal, like, well, this account said that, and then it's going viral. But I don't.
All I know is I got very sick from taking Tylenol, and I had to go to the emergency room one time. I had to drink that charcoal ice drink in the emergency room because my stomach was so upset. I had a toothache, and I didn't want to take opiated drugs, so I took too many Tylenol over a period of I had like 3 or 4 days, not realizing the cumulative effect, Eric. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and I ended up in the emergency room, bro.
It's scary how little it actually takes to
Yep.
harm people.
Yep.
And it makes me wonder.
I don't have it around anymore.
I don't
keep it around.
understand how in the hell it could be given so much. It's like, are you going to tell me Motrin's that dangerous? It's got to be lobbying. It's got to be marketing.
It's all lobbying, bro. It's a dangerous substance. It's too freely available. It's caused so many different medical problems. It's ridiculous. Get rid of it. We don't need it.
Yeah, or just treat it like anything else.
Make a prescription. All you do is make a prescription. That'll be the end of it.
Yeah, it's bonkers. Speaking of idiocy, Nexstar and Sinclair now have lifted the ban on Jimmy Kimmel.
Yeah.
Follow up.
Yep.
He did this kind of little self-serving, half crying, I didn't mean it, thing. But he's kind of what I saw is like a little clip of it. It seemed like a whole, I'm sorry you were offended type of one of those bullshit apologies.
Well, the Benny Johnson victory lap now has to be repealed. He was calling it the greatest cultural victory in the history of the right. He was on with somebody talking about the greatest victory of all time, like he was Muhammad Ali or something.
Yeah, well, okay.
How long did it last? A week?
Approximately, which is longer than normal.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, well, less than more than a couple days. Speaking of distaste in dealing with, Charlie Kirk or whatever, you've got these teens, these sisters.
Oh my God.
Who trashed a memorial, and wow, let's see. I think this is footage of them.
Oh wow.
He said that he died. Promoting violence. Record all you want.
Okay, we're recording. I always like that.
No, look at this.
Record all you want.
Look at this.
If I may say, if I may say, plenty of people were arrested for destroying Black Lives Matter murals of all kinds of different situations, completely arrested. Why can't they be arrested?
Well, you know what? I'm happy they lost their jobs and they're begging for money to pay legal fees. So they are getting prosecuted to a degree, and they lost their jobs. So, that's something.
This is a culture where it's good for the goose and it's never good for the gander.
Oh, I agree.
Yeah,
I totally agree. I just saw this breaking earlier. I don't think this is Epstein per se, but this guy Howard Rubin, who was a ex-New York City financier with ties to George Soros, of course, arrested for allegedly sex trafficking women to a dungeon penthouse type of setup. So this guy here, he was arrested by authorities in his home in Fairfield, Connecticut.
Right.
Apparently, they're claiming that he trafficked at least 10 women between 2009 and 2019, luring them to New York hotels.
Weird.
Where he restrained, beat, and electrically shocked them.
What?
That's some extreme stuff.
How did you get away with this?
Well, I guess he's very rich, but it's interesting.
Look, there's his ex-wife.
Yeah.
Soon to be.
Yeah.
He didn't shock her. Did he torture her?
Wait a minute. The allegations surfaced in 2021. It's only taken 4 years.
Yeah.
She filed for divorce then.
Turned slowly. She did?
Yeah, she filed for divorce in 2021 when the allegations came out.
Yeah, when it started. Yeah.
No, but I'm just like, okay, he's finally.
It took 4 years.
His bedrooms were soundproofed and painted red and had a device to shock them. Oh yeah, that sounds like a real fun time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder what happened with the Diddy case. If Diddy's going to be charged, I guess we're waiting for the charges against the sentencing of Diddy. We haven't heard that.
I think that they're probably
time served.
Yeah, they're just quiet. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, and it's like wait long enough where everybody's forgot about it and just kind of let them slide out the back door.
Yeah, yeah. Now we have to wait for the sentencing on Ruth, also, right?
Yeah. Pen in the neck, Ruth.
He was a real pen in the neck. You know that Ruth
was an absolute.
What a pen in the neck that guy was.
Absolutely. Speaking of,
we had our own crimes out here this week. We had a jewelry store heist in a suburb outside of Oakland, where 25 masked men went in and took over the jewelry store. There's a great video on it floating around somewhere. And the hook to the story is, first of all, the number may have been 30, robbing this jewelry store at the same time. So they go in with hammers and guns, and they pull up in their own cars, and they're locked in by the security door, but it wasn't a Grobert security door. It was a copycat security door just made of glass, which they shot out to escape. In other words, the Grobert security door seals you in with a metal door, so you can't just shoot through the glass, which is what these guys did. However, the shopping mall where the jewelry store was, the retailers joined forces and bought multiple drones that flew overhead 24/7, recording the cars and license plates numbers of the escaping young Negro bandits. 7 were immediately apprehended, and now the rest are on the run in their cars where their license plates have been recorded. They showed up with like 12 cars or something for this robbery because there was so many kids. It's like 15 to 25-year-olds out of Oakland, all black, wearing masks and armed.
This is kind of a side point, but I've been wondering about this for a while. Malls are dying. I mean, all over the country. As there's like literally features of ghost malls with the trees growing up in them and all that. Why? I feel like a mall, especially with the security problems and things like that, is far easier to secure. You've got an enclosed space.
Well, these are
the doors are different things.
Out here, they're outside malls. They're not like the malls back east.
No, I know.
They're open air malls. Let me put
but they're that way here too. They've gotten rid of the closed and they're doing open air, replacing them. And I'm like, why though? There were some real benefits to them, like walking clubs, like trick or treating at Christmas.
I love malls. However, I just thought it was brilliant that they not only had the self-sealing door, which didn't work because they had the wrong type of door, but the drone thing was brilliant. And they had to do everything themselves, these retailers. They literally, there was no response in time by the cops. When you see the video, there's 30 guys with guns in the store. 30, Eric.
Wow.
The police said 25, but the witnesses said there was as many as 30 simultaneously, because they had to smash and grab everything as fast as possible. So their theory was the more the merrier. And in fact, that might be correct, except they showed up in multiple vehicles and they didn't know about the drones. Oh, here it is. Yeah, this is look at them coming in now.
I can't play because of YouTube violence. But
Well, you're not going to see any violence here, but I just wanted to see the number of bodies if you jump ahead in the
There's
right.
a lot. Yeah.
They look at this. Look at this feeding frenzy, people. This is what we're doing out here under Newsom. This is the guy you want to be president of the United States, a guy who continues to say there's no crime in California anymore. This is broad daylight on a Wednesday in a suburban region of Northern California.
So this is the drone footage of.
There's the drone footage. I thought you'd love this story because
of course I love it. Yeah, that's perfect. A great use of it.
Great use of it. Great use of it.
Wow, no, that's and not only is it good for capturing them, but for trial. I mean, what else do you want? It's like here, and
the reason I mention it is that California made it illegal for police departments to use drones. So the retailers are now doing what the police have been prevented from doing by the leftist politicians.
Well, you know what? They'll give us some time. Then they'll ban the private drone usage.
After
they're
this,
already looking at banning DJI drones because they're made in China. Nationally,
they ban masks for ICE, but not for Antifa and not for their own state police.
Yeah, it's you can't make it up what you get.
You can't make it up. I mean, every day I wake up and there's a new law. You know why? Because the job title is lawmaker. I mean, that's your job. Did you make any laws today, Bobby? No, I've been working on a new law. That's all they do is make new laws.
That's stunning.
Yeah.
Stunning. Okay. I thought you might find this interesting. It's been a while since New Jersey's gone red. I think, Chris Christie was a governor there and a Republican.
Yeah.
And it hasn't been one since, but the Republican candidate now has completely tied with the Democrat Congresswoman, who also apparently somehow got $7 million. That typical thing. She goes into Congress, gets $7 million, doesn't know where it comes from, but it gets the money. But interesting stuff with it. Apparently, she was not allowed to walk in her graduation because she was part of a cheating scandal.
Yeah. Well, she wouldn't rat out her cheaters that she knew were cheating. She wouldn't rat them.
Yep.
Did you see her on The God, by the way? Talking about her $7 million in stock benefits. I mean, The God called her out. What's his face? The black dude who's got she was on his show, the radio show.
Oh, Charlemagne.
Charlemagne called her out. Charlemagne, to his credit, he said, how did you come up with $7 million in stock benefits?
I'll have to look.
Dude, it was the weakest answer I've ever seen by a politician. The God was not having it.
No, he's an interesting character.
I know,
because he is definitely a leftist. He doesn't claim anything otherwise, but there's a redeemable quality to him that he seems to acknowledge facts on occasion,
or
the truth. He's kind of like Bill Maher in that way. Like, Bill Maher actually will acknowledge some degree of if it's a fact on the ground in front of him, that's true, or whatever. Now, here's somebody who does not like to acknowledge any facts or their past. I had this for playing before. It was kind of funny. Don Lemon.
And he's the anti-Charlemagne.
Oh yeah, and that's why I was like, oh, this is a perfect segue. Well, he was on with a kind of a pompous prick up Piers Morgan, but this is funny.
Led to you leaving CNN. Let's take a look at the clip. This is what led to you leaving CNN. Let's take a look at the clip.
She says people, politicians or something are not in their prime. Nikki Haley isn't in her prime. Sorry. When a woman is considered to be in her prime in her 20s and 30s and maybe 40s.
What are you talking? Wait.
That's not according to me.
Prime for what?
It depends. I mean, it's just like prime. If you look it up, if you Google when is a woman in her prime, it'll say 20s, 30s, and 40s. I don't necessarily.
40s. Oh, I got another.
By the way, this is somebody who's never been pushed back because he's the gay black guy, and nobody ever questions what he says.
I know.
He's just going, and they're like, "Wait, what?" And he just keeps.
Agree with that. So I think she has to be careful about saying that.
No. Now he's going to say, yeah, I've grown since then, all that, right? Right, Mark?
Yeah.
I've grown, I've learned.
I've learned a lot since then, Eric.
So let's see how he responds.
When you watch that, Don, I happened to be watching that live, and I was like, whoa, what did you just say? Do you, if you had a do-over, would you say that again? I mean, what led you to say that?
Okay, Piers, let me just say this. I'm going to answer your question, but just so the audience knows, and I hope you don't cut this out, when I asked you what subjects you wanted to talk about, you know what you said to me? You said, I want to talk to you about freedom of speech in America and the response to Charlie Kirk's death.
Yeah.
Right.
Not once did you mention that we were going to talk about CNN or whatever. So, and had I known that, I probably wouldn't have accepted this interview. You have invited me on many times, and I tell you, Piers, I know you. I would come on your show, but I don't do panels. And so when you said I'm not going to be involved in the panel, I agreed to come on your show. But I thought you would also stick by the subjects that you told me that you were going to talk about.
Just to be clear,
rather than try to ambush me with something.
Just to be clear,
So,
you and I
yeah.
haven't. Well, John, just to be clear, you and I haven't had any conversation about your appearance here. You're talking about my team talking to you.
Wow.
Yeah, no, and I saw you, Piers, in a restaurant, and I said, "Hey, Piers, good to see you. I would come on your show, but I don't do panels."
Right,
and
you're
I
not
said
on
the
a
same
panel.
thing to your booker.
You're not on a
And so
panel.
when I asked you, and right, okay, and so yes, and I said that's why I agreed to do it. But when you asked me, or when your team asked me what subjects, and I asked them 2 or 3 times, I have the text messages, what do you want to cover? Not once was CNN mentioned. So I don't appreciate being ambushed. But let me answer your question.
Hang on one second.
Ambushed? Dude, it went out to millions of people. What is he talking about ambushed?
And what does he expect? I mean, it's freaking Piers Morgan.
He wants every question so he can have the answer ready. That's what he expects as a gay black TV guy.
Oh my
I mean,
God.
this is outrageous. You've ambushed this guy. You didn't tell him these questions were coming. And I don't even know what the questions are. They're just showing him.
Exactly.
You're just asking him to respond to what he did.
Yes, this is an introduction. We haven't even gotten to the question.
It's not an ambush.
No.
I mean, you were there alive, I presume, at that time.
Yes. Yes.
Totally bizarre.
Oh my God.
You know why? Because it's indefensible. That's why he's upset.
Oh, he got fired for it, and he was screwed over.
Right. I said I don't do panels, Piers. I'm not going to do a panel.
And I do like Piers. He's like, and you're not on a panel.
You're not on a panel.
That was the only damn one. Okay, this is a tweet that I saw coming in last night, and it blew my mind. When Erica Kirk spoke the words on the man who killed her husband, that young man, I forgive him. That moment deeply affected me. I have struggled for over 60 years to forgive the man who killed my dad.
Wow.
I will say these words now as I type. I forgive the man who killed my father.
Wow.
Peace be with you all. That was Tim Allen.
Oh, right. I read that this morning. Yeah. Yeah.
I was like, wow. I mean, I didn't know that his father was murdered, and it's like, well, that might be why he became a drug distributor for a little bit before he got into Hollywood. He might have been.
He donated an entire room to the Hollywood Y that I go to here. It's a Tim Allen room with all the equipment and everything.
I've heard he's a good guy.
No. Everybody loves Tim Allen.
But I had no idea about his dad. That was just insane. But I'm segueing in because I did mention we talked about some of the Charlie Kirk stuff.
Well, I hope she doesn't come out to demand that the state of Utah spare the killer's life.
No, I think she's already said that it's up to the government.
Oh, okay, all right.
And by the way, they're not mutually exclusive. You can forgive him while he's being executed.
Okay, I don't know the rules. I don't know the
No,
rules.
I'm just saying though that is a.
Is that a Christian rule or a thing?
Well, it's like kind of they get last rights and things like that. It's like not unheard of, but yeah.
Somebody had their last meal last night. It was on. Somebody was getting executed last night. I don't know what state it was. I forget who it was, but somebody, as they were reporting it, he was eating his last meal. I have always strongly suggested if it happens to me, I want the unlimited open buffet in West Palm Beach, a Chinese open buffet, which could go on for hours or days, which is my last meal request. Unlike my fat uncle, Sam Cohen, who was so dedicated to losing weight, he stayed on Weight Watchers for his last meal at Sing Sing in the Death House. We always respected that with Uncle Sam.
Yeah, and there have been examples of people having a Diet Coke as their last.
Is that true?
A part of their last meal, yeah.
Better than regular Coke. You don't want to get gas.
Well, my favorite irony is when they're, putting in the needle for lethal injection, they actually do use an alcohol swab.
That's funny.
I know, but it's unintentionally funny. It's like why?
Yeah.
But anyway,
this is going to prick a little bit. This is going to hurt you a little bit, Jamal. You know,
we don't want an
bear
infection.
with it. But don't. This is going to prick a little bit.
Yeah, we definitely don't want any infection here.
Yeah.
God forbid. Anyway, Mike Benz was talking about this. This is a few days old, but it's kind of tied in with, obviously the shooting and all that. And
State Department Trantifa network. They serve as militant boots on the ground in Europe, in South America, in Asia. And I pointed this out when you're talking about these networks, you even see Republican support for it. I pointed this out in Bangladesh, for example, last year when the Biden administration ousted the democratically elected prime minister in a coup. What was happening was the State Department was funding their little CIA cutout groups like the National Endowment for Democracy. Documents leaked online of the IRI, the International Republican Institute, which is the Republican wing of the National Endowment for Democracy, and their baseline assessment of the situation in Bangladesh and what options could be used by them with State Department money to destabilize the country, to bring it to its knees, because they did not expect to be able to win the next election. And a big part of that.
Anyway,
he talks about that, the IRI being the Republican wing of the CIA for international diplomacy.
Mm-hmm.
He says there's two wings, a left wing and a right wing. I don't know what you're going to refer to, but I just thought I remember that.
There are some questions if these trans groups or whatever, if there's some USAID ties or into the mix that of the people who are potentially friends of those who killed Charlie, Kirk.
Oh, that I don't know. I mean, Ben just talked about using these trans groups overseas as just like useful idiots to achieve election results. They will round them up and create a political group if they in a tight election, Eric. In other words, it's not politically trans. It's more of a political realist situation for using whatever group they can get organized to help their cause.
Yeah. I mean,
lately, but he had pointed out the use of trans groups overseas.
Yeah, I agree. But there were some questions about USAID domestically as well.
Yeah.
With the different groups.
Well, we're going to find out because obviously, as Bongino has pointed out, they're making inroads into Discord and some of these other 4chan areas to find out who is in on this thing or had knowledge of it, probably.
I think they need to.
Yeah.
For obvious reasons. There was a couple stories I know that you shared with me too about Lance Biggs.
Twigs.
Big. I don't know why I have.
Yeah, just that. I mean, the fact that there's a photo of him from his high school yearbook. This one here, which I found really disturbing, of him on his couch in his house there with this. I believe it's a deer head. If anybody knows what animal this is, on his own couch before he became a furry. Depicting his love for animals. Is this an antelope or something? Or maybe someone at home knows what animal this is who's a hunter. But this thing was highly disturbing.
It's definitely weird.
Yeah. And he is now, as Eric pointed out, moved out of that house where he was living, probably for security reasons. But Twigs, according to sources, came from a very religious family. This is Lance Twigs, and he was kicked out or fled the family at 16 or 17, and then just started staying with families, on the couch.
Right. Somebody said llama, I think.
That's a llama?
I don't know if that's a llama, but
it looks very
Somebody's
good.
saying a mule deer.
Right. I don't know what that is.
Female moose. We've got every answer.
Does anybody know what that animal was? I mean, you people live out there. I'm in LA. What is that beast?
Pew Pew says it's a deer.
It's a deer, right?
Yeah, they say a Thompson's gazelle. We got emu. They're just throwing every animal out there. All right, chat. You're useless.
All right. Obviously, you don't.
We got kangaroo.
Kangaroo. That's no kangaroo.
They're throwing out pronghorn.
Pronghorn
and leghorn.
Oh my God.
Oh God, you guys are
Well, they had
horrible.
an arrest. There's a whistleblower case out here for the LA Film School, which I thought was a funny little story. Two executive whistleblowers said that they were creating phony jobs for the graduate students to keep their accreditation and federal money pouring into this thing. And these two whistleblowers had had enough. It's a school right here on Sunset Boulevard in a office building. And I always thought like they were guaranteeing film jobs. And I just went like, how do you guarantee that? I just thought that was so vulnerable for your accreditation. And in fact, I was correct. They are now suing them, and they're taking down the entire operation for fraudulent either advertising or marketing or, taking federal money.
As they should.
From grants. They were taking money from student loans and things of that nature.
Yeah, it's a scam. I mean,
Yeah.
All right. Here's a light moment. It's a new presidential hall of portraits. We're going. Clinton, okay. Yeah, Bush, yeah. Obama, Trump won. And the auto pin.
Boy, oh boy, are the norms being violated. Apparently, the left is very upset about these norms, Eric. Can you address what the norms are?
The norms are whatever they hide behind.
Yeah. They're upset about it. They weren't upset when Manafort and all these different people were jailed. There was nothing upsetting about those norms being violated, or the J6 protesters being in jail without trial, sometimes up to 2 years. There's nothing upsetting about those norms being violated, or Steve Bannon going to jail, or any of those other norms. Now the norms, very upsetting to them that the former FBI director has been indicted.
Well, this guy speaks for it. Actually, I've got a clip on that, and I'm happy, and I'll tell you why when you see what he's claiming.
Feel like they have to leave because they see no way to preserve that dignity that you so eloquently described, Katie, and props to you for playing Frank Church on a Friday afternoon. That's great tape. All the public should see that stuff. As a person who covered the intelligence community for a long time. But the post-Watergate norm that we're really talking about here did not emanate from the Church Committee, but it was of that time and of that ethos. And it couldn't have been established in law because the Justice Department is part of the executive branch. So you can't pass a law saying that the Justice Department is independent from the president on criminal law decisions. So they established that as a norm. And part of the way that norm was enforced is a sense of shame, a sense that if shame,
it's a tradition. A norm is a tradition. It's not necessarily
Norm from Cheers, the episode of Norm.
But my favorite part is, did you hear what he opened with?
What?
They feel they can't stay. So it's the best thing ever. Think about it.
Oh, yeah.
I've talked about that before. You can't get rid of these people. So if they quit, this is fabulous.
Yes.
So the more you make it non-normal, the more they show themselves the door, and it clears it out.
I mean, Mark Halperin said this is the greatest presidential violation in American history this morning because he violated this norm. And I'm going like, isn't Trump in charge of the Department of Justice? What planet is Mark Halperin living on?
But did Mark also talk about a book that he wrote?
About James Comey being the greatest liar in American political history. He seems to want it both ways. I don't understand who is in charge of the government. Is it Donald Trump? Is it the fact that they don't like that he mentioned in public going after Comey?
You know, I
don't think Obama and
about it.
Obama privately. You don't think that Biden,
Eric Holder was a freaking hitman. I mean, Holder was just.
No, they're talking about presidential norms. The fact that Nixon said Manson was guilty. What is the difference if they say it publicly or privately?
Well, I mean,
Eric's for
that one.
What's that?
Obama said Trayvon would be my son if I had one. Trayvon is the one who remember that professor that got handcuffed at the school in Harvard or whatever. He's like, you must have a beer, and he stepped in there. It's like, that son of a bitch is into everything. Anyway,
no, but he is the head of the Justice Department. Am I wrong?
Yes.
The president of the United States. is the commander-in-chief of the Justice Department. He is over Pam Bondi. Why can he not say who to indict and who to look into? He didn't indict them. A impaneled grand jury in Eastern Virginia indicted this piece of shit. Donald Trump didn't indict him.
Well, it doesn't matter anyway. If there is nothing to indict on, then there's nothing that'll happen. And, whatever.
What difference does it make? They're first of all, they're crying in their beer, boo-hoo about retribution. Who gives a shit? But the reality of it is, a grand jury of their peers indicted the former FBI director, just as Trump was indicted by grand juries of their peers. They weren't crying about that then.
No, as a matter of fact, there's all kinds of clips of Comey and how he celebrated and said that Trump could be kept in a double wide on the back end of the property and things like that. But, I think Jesse Waters might have a take you like.
Let's see what he says.
Preemptive pardons because he knew that you were a vengeful bunch of babies.
But who didn't get it? But who didn't get the pardon?
Comey missed that on the
Comey didn't get the pardon.
So
this is just the beginning. Everybody has to have their house in order. They got to make sure their taxes are right. They got to make sure they never lied to Congress. They have to make sure they never committed mortgage fraud. Because the difference here is these things are actual crimes.
She just yells out the word
When
mortgage
you lie
fraud.
to Congress, it's a crime. When you obstruct an official investigation, that's a crime. They didn't have to bake up some fugazi, untested, unprecedented law thing like Bragg. Oh, Eric Siebert. He's basically Comey's best friend. He got stuck in there.
Is that why Pam Bondi and
then
Todd
his son-in-law is in there. And then all of Comey's misfits are sitting in there. You get them out of there, clean out the scum, and put real people in there to do the job.
And Bondi.
Yeah, Cash Patel's a serious guy. And all he's doing is making it right. Now, Jessica,
he said he didn't know if
It's indefensible, despite her screaming and yelling like a screaming Mimi. The fact is, nobody's making up these crimes. They're just minimizing the crimes themselves. They're not, in other words, nobody's saying that Comey didn't lie under oath. They're just saying, well, he should be allowed to. In other words, they're saying he should be allowed to lie under oath. I mean, how dare you indict him for this namby-pamby situation?
I totally agree.
Nobody's inventing these crimes. They're screaming that they're prosecuting them for breaking the law. It's an indefensible moral position, Eric.
Yeah. Well, it just really gets down to the I don't like it because it's my guy.
Right.
That's it. I mean, but let's talk about
nobody urged Comey to break the law. No, he did this on his own, bragged about it, wrote about it, traveled and talked about it, got videotaped about it, and now, whoa, somebody's pulling the plug on him.
Well, here, let's look what he says about veracity and truth.
Yeah.
Right. So I think J. Edgar Hoover would say you followed the rules, and you did it. And you were transparent. I mean, if J. Edgar Hoover had a number of flaws, one of them was he wasn't a transparent person. It was all about secret files. I'm trying to tell a story that in a lot of places doesn't reflect well on me, that's open and honest.
So do you think the future of the FBI is transparency?
I think it has to be a huge part of the FBI because public confidence in the FBI is its bedrock. We have to show people our work when we can, as often as possible, so they have confidence in us.
Even if that means your second in command was fired for lying 4 times. So this is where I think the confusion comes from. Your second in command, McCabe, was fired for lying multiple times within the FBI. You defended his character on Twitter.
Yeah.
That's okay. Lying is okay.
Yeah, why is that okay?
No, it's definitely not. In fact, the McCabe case illustrates what an organization that's committed to the truth looks like. We investigate and hold. I ordered that investigation. We investigate and hold people accountable. Good people lie. I lay out on.
I'm giving her credit though. She's actually asking good questions.
I know. I'm shocked.
The book. I think I'm a good person where I've lied.
I don't think so.
Did you hear that? I think I'm a good person where I've lied. Hold on.
All right, go ahead.
Let's go.
Lie. I lay out in the book. I think I'm a good person where I've lied.
Yeah.
I still believe Andrew McCabe is a good person, but the Inspector General found that he lied, and there's severe consequences in the Justice Department for lying, as there should be throughout the government.
Okay.
I agree, Comey, and you're indicted.
I completely agree, Comey. Welcome to This Week in Indictments with James Comey, our new guest.
That's
Welcome
right.
to What's Going to Go Down. You know, it is quite amazing how arrogant, how smug, how brazen this secret fag is. I mean, it's just shocking. He leaked this stuff to a guy who I believe is his secret lover, an NYU professor who's openly gay, who is his best friend. That's how it got to the New York Times, by the way.
Yeah, I mean, he's a piece of work, and anybody who wants to protect him, or obviously,
I think he's a member of the Lindsey Graham Secret Chowder Society and marching band.
Yeah,
I'm sticking with it.
I won't argue with you on that.
Yeah.
So, all right, let's go through. You know, look at these super chats came in.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Okay, we're wasting time here. Let's see who says what.
All right, Daniel Friedrichs.
He's
been a member for 10 months.
Ismard right there, so people can remember what you look like in Havana. But go on.
Yeah, goodbye. Committing crimes is not legal.
It's not illegal, he's saying.
Yeah, you're right. Sorry, I get so confused with these DAs and public attorneys. Pew pew. Please, no more Kamala crap. Oh, come on. I have to.
Come on,
it's comic relief, pew pew. Come on now. It's relief. Pamela Clifton, happy Friday, guys. Well, happy Friday to you, Pamela. Thank you so much. And we have Jack White. Well, Harris is a career politician, and a career politician is a career parasite. Another perfect example of this is Biden.
Yeah, both of them are peas in a pod. They've never had a straight job in their lives. Remember, she made an incredible statement that she worked at McDonald's one summer and it was completely dismantled quickly. She never worked a straight job in her fucking life, this fat piece of shit. This chick has sat on her ass. Her mother apparently was a hardworking scientist.
Yeah, a nurse, doctor, or something like that.
No, she was a research scientist, I believe.
Yeah, she worked at a hospital in Montreal, though, and I believe it was medical research or something.
Medical researcher, yeah.
But yeah, whatever. But her father was the communist.
The father was a communist professor of whatever his,
which is almost redundant anymore.
Yeah, it goes without saying. Also, this kid who shot up the ICE van in Texas was a complete communist. He had a picture of himself with one of those fur hats on with a hammer and sickle on it. I mean, that's a dead giveaway, Eric.
Wow. So not even any style sense either.
No, he had the fur Soviet hat with a hammer and sickle as his webpage. I'm going like, couldn't figure out a motive for this shooting. It was such a rare event by this guy. It said anti-ICE on the bullets. So I don't know if it was political. According to local news sources, they were searching for a motive.
Yeah, it's funny. They can never find a motive when it's going their ways. You know, it's like if it's, let's say, trans, they can't find those manifestos. Or what do you mean by manifesto?
I think he was based out of Austin, Texas, a liberal communist stronghold.
Yeah, the Joe Rogan liberal stronghold. No.
Yeah, he's inside of it.
Yeah,
what's this one now?
This is Comey talking about the charges with Trump.
People have suggested that there are a range of factors that would make it difficult to put a former, the system has not been tested in this way. Do you agree with that it would be difficult or nearly impossible for the law enforcement institutions to put him in actual jail?
Can I just say
we
something?
Just put him in a double.
Can I just say, this is the former spokesperson for the CIA interviewing the former head of the FBI. Go on.
Yeah.
Institutions to put him in actual jail?
No, they would just put him in a double wide somewhere out near the fence, out in the grass. And he would eat there, he'd shower there, he'd exercise there, he'd be away, as Danya Perry said, from general population, but it's obviously doable.
So what if you...
There you go.
Wow, that's where they're going to put you. Trump. That's where they're going to put you, bro, in that double wide out by the grass fence so you could chew grass and bloviate.
That's right.
He's going to be very happy. You know, as Lenny Bruce said, I like what they do with gay men in this country. They throw them into prison with a lot of men. He's going to be an extremely happy convict.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Is he going to go the full Richard Speck? People look it up.
Yeah, look up Speck. I mean,
look up Speck at the end. Okay, you'll know when you look it up.
Whoa, I can't do it. I want to remember Speck the way he was, a vicious serial killer and murderer.
Well, he's a mass murderer. Remember,
I know.
He was on your cards.
Yeah,
not a
one
serial.
of my cards. Oh, he was a mass murderer. That's right. It was one night. Chicago nurses. Yeah. I want to remember Speck the way I first encountered him.
Okay.
Not the end. Not the Speck that went off the dark side.
Well, I want everybody to look it up now.
Yeah, I don't want to remember the Speck at the end. That was a sad Richard Speck. That was not the one that I first came to know.
All right. Joe K. To all the Israel haters who claim Israel is an apartheid state, Muslim call to prayer happens every morning and is accepted as a normal way of life.
Yeah, how about having them in your own Knesset? I mean, for the love of God. How about having them in your own government? It's just such a preposterous psycho argument.
Yep. Ken Martin, thoughts on the looming government shutdown?
Happens every other year. Like, what am I supposed to say? Is this news, Eric?
It's a day that ends with Y.
Right.
Yeah.
What is the deal? They may last till Friday. You know
what? Watch Two-Way for that. I will say that
into it. They're into that.
They go to every budgeting thing all the time. I'm kind of tuning out at that point. I'm like, can we get back to the political stuff?
Yeah, they are big on that government shutdown.
Lynn Bleckstein. Anyone watched Rust the movie?
I have not.
I have not. I
don't really have the stomach to it. I really don't.
I'm not that interested.
I don't really have the stomach to watch it, but it's out there, right?
I think so. I didn't know if it was released or not. I knew it was coming out. It could be out. I don't know. I really don't want to see it.
There's a new Play Dirty movie that just came out, or it's coming out next week on, I want to say, on Prime.
Okay.
It's a big budget action movie called Play Dirty. Hold on, let me just make sure I think it's called Play Dirty, with Mark Wahlberg.
Okay.
It's Play Dirty. Yeah, it's coming out next week on Prime, and it's a huge budgeted action film by my old friend Shane Black. Thomas Jane is in it. Mark Wahlberg starring in it. In the Shane Black tradition, if you know Shane Black's work,
he did Lethal Weapon, right?
Yeah, yeah, and a few other films. But the reality of it is, the trailer is insane. When you see the trailer, I think you'll get a picture of this movie. It looks like a lot of fun.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Jack White, woke North Korea is another name for the UK.
I don't understand why. Is that something about North Korea and UK, or?
Well, North Korea is obviously communist. I guess they're both peninsulas. Of a
sort. I see.
Well, one's peninsula, one's an island. I don't know.
Well, maybe he knows. Maybe he knows the answer to that.
Brad Pitless. Yep. Sinclair, Next Star folded. Kimmel's back on. Yep.
Yeah.
And nobody's watching anyway. So, Jack White, to answer Mark's question about the UK as to what happened, Tony Blair is what happened.
I know, but it's more than one guy, Jack. It can't just be Tony Blair, bro. I've heard that before.
Yeah, it's been 20 years. They've managed to go down from there.
Right. I mean, there are people other than Tony Blair who have perpetuated this insanity, and it goes further back, I think, into the 1950s, where they began to allow immigration from the former British colonies. I believe Jamaica was a big part of that. Other, obviously, India.
Sure. Jack White again. He's also been posting videos to his original Sargon channel. One of the videos he did a month or two ago was a response to Francis Fukuyama, the guy who wrote the book The End of History. Okay. Sargon's been taking a little bit of a pro-Marxist spin, though.
Really?
Statements have been weird. I could be wrong. Hey, Diffuse 56 is the tractor guy. Great stuff today. Tractor guy. Or is that tractor guy drone? Interesting. Beavis coming in hot. Howdy. Grandson of former Governor Wallace.
Beavis
alcohol.
Gets it.
Oh, God. Alcohol in the skin refracts light in such a way that you can visualize the veins to start the IV line.
Oh. Wow.
I'm also the grandson of former NASCAR driver Rusty Wallace. You know what?
Well, that's a real connection.
Okay, Beavis.
Rusty Wallace one.
A, thank you so much for $100. B, thank you for a great comment. I really didn't know that, and that gives a good reason for it to be there. So, wow, you're helping us out in multiple ways. So,
yeah, I mean, they could have done that to Arthur Bremer, the man who shot Governor Walz, but Governor Walz did not die.
Live, so they don't.
He did live. He did live.
Yeah, that's one way to slip an execution. Usually, is if the
guy
intended
lives.
survives. Yeah,
yeah. It's amazing that Wallace did survive that assassination attempt. I got to tell you, because he was riddled.
Well, yeah, but he also never walked again either, did he?
No, I know, but I mean, I'll accept that, in lieu of death.
Yeah. Get shot.
Look at Abbott in Texas. He's got a regular life. He's the governor in a wheelchair.
True. That's true. It depends on how close to Christopher Reeve you get.
Right. You don't want to be the quadriplegic.
Yeah. So there's levels. Jenny is getting inky with it. The school thing is visa fraud. There was a big case about a decade ago involving the University of Northern New Jersey. If you want info on how it works.
Which school thing? The LA Film School? Or the school?
Wait, no.
Which school is she referring to?
No, we were asking about how they allow or they don't prosecute.
The guy who was on the city council in Iowa. The guy in Iowa. He went in on a visa for school visa, is what she's saying.
Oh yeah, well that's known. I mean, there's a lot.
He's an overextended school visa.
Yeah, that's pretty popular. I think some terrorists have been, school visas.
Yeah.
Diffuse 56 gifted 10 America's Untold Stories memberships. Thank you.
He's back, and his tractor is gas. His tractor is gassed up now.
That's
this
right.
guy's
He's actually
rolling on a river.
Trailer. He's pulling people.
He's pulling a trailer, and he's plowing cornfields in Iowa with that thing.
Absolutely, we do appreciate it. And Basil Beshov, Turning Point USA, Tipping Point.
I don't know.
I don't know right now because I have to say that I am almost more nauseated by what Candace Owens is doing versus the people who are celebrating his death.
What is she doing? What is she up to?
Like the Daily Conspiracy, the bullets on the back, the film. It's like
you just got to ignore her. I think that I don't really follow her. I mean,
I'm just saying, but people who are profiting off of this guy's death, are sickening. I'm sorry, there's no.
She's a sickening content. I mean,
they're even going after the wife now, and they're saying, "Oh,
when is enough with this chick?"
Not only her, there's some others, but yeah, it's just gross. It really is.
You don't understand. I love Candace. She's uncovered so many.
Well, no, somebody actually in the chat earlier said, "Is Candace the only one doing a deep dive?" I'm like, no, the whole damn FBI is doing a deep dive.
She knows. Candace has routed out the Jewish influence.
Oh my God. Diffuse Tractor Guy came in late. Did you already discuss the Somali takeover of Minneapolis? No, but we've mentioned it before. I mean,
no, we've talked about that for years. I mean, we've mentioned that a million times on this show.
Yeah.
Including how they got there through Obama.
Yeah.
I mean, he plucked these people right out of a camp and dumped them in there.
True. Fletcher boy, I was late to the party. Did you cover Trump giving the UN the big middle finger to their faces? We covered that on Tuesday.
I'd like to say something about that because it wasn't my idea, but somebody pointed out that the Secret Service completely froze and for whatever reason did not respond to the
escalator.
The escalator not only just being turned off, Eric, but the escalator itself could have been a weapon. The escalator itself could have tripped them up. The escalator itself could have done a lot of things with its metal spikes. The escalator could have had a bomb in it. They fucking froze. The Secret Service did nothing, and Trump took charge of the situation once again.
And Melania, they both
walked up the stairs defiantly. As he said, then he got his teleprompter turned off. And the third part of the triad was the translation machine was turned off to the members of the UN. Somebody did this.
Oh, and he was silenced because Melania couldn't hear him. He asked, "Did you see bump?" And she goes, "I didn't hear a word you said."
No. And then it was in the London Telegraph on Sunday saying that this was going to happen according to UN staffers. I don't know what else you need. It was in print on Sunday night in a British newspaper that this was going to happen, a leak from UN staffers. And this is an act of violence against the standing president of the United States, right in New York. I mean, you have to route these. Trump saying they're going to get these people. We'll see what happens. But holy crap.
Just shut the fucking thing down. Excuse my language.
No, but I'm saying somebody did this. Somebody did this. That's who you have to get. Forget about a giant institutional thing. This was a crime run by a bunch of staffers at the UN. It's easily solvable. Easily solvable. And you have to bring these people to justice so it doesn't keep happening.
Oh, it'd take 10 minutes to solve. I mean, you just strong arm whoever's there in the security, whoever's UN security, just Secret Service, just grab the people in charge, grab their asses and strong arm them, yell at them across the ambulance. Like, where is it? Okay, you're getting locked up. I'm locking you up. You're responsible. And just start lock. They will flip so quickly and find who it is. But no, it's insane. Al Gonzalez. Indians here in Jersey are absolutely losing their minds over Trump's brilliant $100,000 H-1B visa fee. I believe it. That was very unexpected. I'm surprised Elon Musk hasn't come out screaming, but he's got his own problems at the moment.
He's got his own problems. Thanks for the tie pin, Al. I'm wearing it today in honor of the death of Joanne Chesimard, even though there's a New York Police Department tie pin. I'm honoring the death of Joanne Chesimard in Cuba today.
Very cool. Very cool. Somebody wrote goodbye up who. Funny. All right. Well, we are going to be shifting ourselves over to locals where we have a free speech zone.
Whoa. Don't let anybody in, Hunley. Don't let these people in.
I don't know. I promise.
Well, a lot of them are not worthy, I don't think, but
that's true. But to take us out, before we head over there, since Russ got brought up, we do have a message from Alec Baldwin about the show.
This is Alec Baldwin. Welcome to my world.
Hey, everybody. It's your friend Al. And I just want to tell you that everybody on this podcast is a real straight shooter. And when it comes to having the information, they're right on the mark every time. You should give them a subscription because they were behind me the entire time through all of my drama. Lord knows they wouldn't stand in front of me.